Then, finally, وَالَّذِينَ هُمْ لِأَمَانَاتِهِمْ وَعَهْدِهِمْ رَاعُونَ. Again, ethical stuff. Those people who, when it comes to their promises and the trust that they have been entrusted with, they keep watch over them like a shepherd keeps watch over its sheep. Ethics, guys. If you've been given a job, fulfill your job. If you've been given a contract, fulfill your contract. If you're a techie and you can build them for 500 hours, but you could have finished the project in 300 hours, then finish it in 300 hours, because those 200 hours you're eating fire. Don't consume fire in your belly. Don't do that. You fulfill your amana. You fulfill your amana. And you could say, legally I'm okay, but you're ethically bad. This passage is about ethics. This passage is about making us moral people, responsible people. When it comes to our dealings with each other, don't allow for one another to, to get away with things. Back in the day, we used to have a moral dilemma. I don't even know if it exists anymore. Back in the day, we used to have in the MSA, our MSAs, especially in the City University of New York, Baruch College, Queens College, all these schools, they have limited budgets, limited MSA budgets, right? You get we used to get back in the day like $1,600 a semester to do whatever we could, which was actually, I thought it was a lot. We could cater food and this and that, but we used to go get Chicken Guy. Remember Chicken Guy? You guys know Chicken Guy. We used to go, but the problem with Chicken Guy, he doesn't exactly have a receipt. He could write his signature on a plate for you or something, but he doesn't have a legitimate receipt. Well, what's the problem with receipts? If you don't have a receipt, what does the school not do? They don't reimburse you. So the MSA is having a meeting, hey, we should make up receipts for Chicken Guy to get reimbursed. And we should actually put more than he charged us so we can use the extra money to buy Islamic books for the MSA library. Huh? What? This is, you're going to buy Islamic books with haram money? And you're going to feed people, get reimbursements after engaging in lies? It's not, forget haram. This is just purely unethical. It's clearly wrong. I'm not passing a fatwa of haram. You're going the legal route. I'm saying this is immoral, unethical, and the Muslims, before we even knew about the law, we were a people of high ethics and morality. We're a people of very high ethics and very high morality. This surah is Makki. It's Makki surah. And Meccan Quran, not much Sharia has been revealed. There's salah, some form of salah, eventually the 5 prayers. Salah is there. Dietary restrictions for the most part are not there. Clothing restrictions are not there. Alcohol is not haram yet. Riba has only been referred to once in Surah Al-Rum, not explicitly talked about. How do the Muslims look different from everybody else? Ethics. They're moral people. They're not unfair people. And when we think of haya for sisters, when we think of haya, what do we think of? The hijab, right? When people talk about shame for sisters, they say she should wear the hijab, she should wear the jilbab. Hijab was revealed 16 years after the Risala began. 16 years after the message began, hijab was revealed. Jilbab was revealed. But Allah was talking about shame for all those 16 years. Because shame is much more than just hijab and jilbab. Hijab and jilbab is from the Sharia. But the ethics of shame is something else. It's something bigger. It's always been there. This is the keeping of the promises is not a Shari'i thing before, it's a moral thing. How can you stand before Allah and say and prove to Allah that you are truthful, and say to Allah you want His guidance, and try to fulfill the promise to Allah who you can't even see, and you're cheating people who you do see? How is that? وَالَّذِينَ هُمْ لِأَمَانَاتِهِمْ وَعَهْدِهِمْ رَاعُونَ وَالَّذِينَ هُمْ بِشَهَادَاتِهِمْ قَائِمُونَ. And they stand by their testimonies, these people. They testify to the truth. They're not afraid to speak out. وَالَّذِينَ هُمْ بِشَهَادَاتِهِمْ قَائِمُونَ. Guys, all of this is the checklist at the individual level and at the level of community. There are bad things happening in our communities and we don't speak out about it. There are bad things happening in your family and you don't speak up because you're afraid of somebody getting mad or upset. If something wrong is happening, you have to stand by the truth. Because, it's like if you see something, say something. You're right, I have big ears, alhamdulillah. It's kind of like if you see something, say something. But if wrong things are happening, you have to speak out. You don't have to worry about people's feelings getting hurt, because the truth always hurts. And if the prophets were worried about feelings getting hurt, alayhimu salatu wassalam, we wouldn't get the message. Because, the message of Islam, when it came, it hurt a lot of people's feelings. A lot of people's feelings. A lot of people cried because of Islam, not because they loved it, because they hated it. You know? A lot of families cried about their sons becoming Muslim. Truth hurts. It does. It's not a reason not to stand by it. وَالَّذِينَ هُمْ بِشَهَادَاتِهِمْ قَائِمُونَ. Allah is telling us, when you stand before me, I will give you the courage to stand for the truth. You stand before me in salat, I will teach you to stand in front of, even the worst, criminals and oppressors and speak the truth. And then finally, and at the